Okay, so we've got like a whole stack of books here from you guys this time.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting mix.
Yeah, it's a real interesting mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything from like, dealing with negative emotions to like the science behind living longer to even like, money and relationships.
Yeah, finances.
Yeah, so.
How to get your financial house in order.
Yeah, and like
The
the whole spectrum of like living well, I guess is what we're looking at here.
Absolutely.
So we've got The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Feck by Mark Manson.
Yes.
We've got Open When, A Companion for Life's Twists and Turns from Dr. Julie Smith.
Okay.
Outlive, The Science and Art of Longevity by Peter Attia, MD, and Bill Gifford. Why Men Love Bitches by Sherry Argov.
Interesting.
And You Deserve to Be Rich by Rashad, Bilal, and Troy Millings.
Wow. That's quite a selection.
Yeah, it is.
And quite a range.
So the mission today, I guess, is to...
yeah. What are we trying to do here?
Yeah, what are we trying to do here?
Yeah.
I think we're going to try to like tease out the core wisdom from all these different sources and try to like, give it to you in a way that isn't overwhelming.
Yeah, because I think that's what people are looking for.
Yeah.
They want to get these ideas quickly, but they also want to...
They don't want to wade through a whole bunch of...
They don't want to read all 5 of these books.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to know what's the good stuff.
Exactly.
And how can I use it?
Exactly. So hopefully we can deliver that today.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So what's so interesting to me is like these books are all kind of about different things. But in a way, they're all kind of about the same thing.
They are all connected.
Yeah. Like how to like live a better life and how to live longer.
Live a better and longer life.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you're getting...
It's like the different facets.
Different facets of well-being.
Yeah.
Like your internal mindset.
Yeah.
Your physical health.
Right. Your relationships with the world.
Yeah.
All of those things are covered here.
Yeah. So why don't we start with Mark Manson and The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Feck.
Okay.
So this one kind of takes aim at this whole like, self-help positivity thing.
Okay.
That you always hear about. And it kind of says like, you know what, maybe being so focused on being positive all the time is actually making us
less happy.
Less happy, yeah.
Okay.
So it's not about like, never feeling bad or like, always being happy.
It's more about resilience.
Yeah, it's about like getting better at handling the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And focusing on what actually matters to you. Like, what are your values?
So what's interesting about Manson is he says, he talks about like, instead of trying to turn every negative into a positive, like how do you...
Like making lemonade.
Yeah, making lemonade out of lemons.
Right.
So it's like, how do we better stomach lemons?
Yeah.
Like just getting better at eating lemons straight up.
Pretty much, yeah. And so what I really like about that is it's like you're not trying to pretend everything's fine.
Right.
You're saying, okay, this is tough.
This is reality.
This is reality, but I can handle it.
Yeah, and I'm going to focus on what really matters to me, even if it's hard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he has this whole thing about, like, you only have so many fucks to give.
Right. So choose them wisely.
Exactly. Yeah, be intentional.
So it's not about being apathetic.
No, not at all.
It's about being selective.
Absolutely.
About where you direct your energy.
Yeah. So are you going to spend your energy,
right.
I don't know, getting upset about, what somebody said online
right.
or are you going to spend that energy on something that really truly matters to you?
That's going to move the needle in your life.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And people who've read it, they often talk about how...
What they sing about it.
Yeah, like his writing style.
Yeah.
It's very straightforward.
Yeah.
Very humorous.
Yeah, he's not afraid to be a little bit edgy.
Yeah, he doesn't sugarcoat anything.
Right, yeah.
And a lot of people find it really thought-provoking.
Yeah, I can see that.
Makes them really think about...
if it's important.
Their priorities, yeah.
Yeah.
But some people did find it a little bit, like, negative or depressing.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that too.
Yeah.
If you're really attached to that idea...
Of everything being positive.
Yeah, this book is gonna...
It's gonna rub you the wrong way.
Rub you the wrong way for sure.
And some people didn't like the last chapter. They said it was kind of a rambling rant.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But overall, I think a lot of people found it pretty valuable.
Yeah, I think it's a good...
It's a good antidote to all the like...
To the coddling.
Yeah.
The let's all feel good all the time.
Yeah.
I think a little dose of reality is good for all of us.
Yeah.
And that's what I think Manson does well.
Okay.
He brings us back down to earth.
Let's look at another book.
Okay.
About dealing with with difficult emotions.
Okay.
But this one takes a totally different approach.
Okay.
It's Open When, a companion for life's twists and turns by Dr. Julie Smith.
Okay.
And this book is kind of like,
How would you describe it?
it's almost like a break glass in case of emergency
Okay.
kind of guide
Okay.
for when you're dealing with, mental and emotional challenges.
So it's like very direct and practical.
Yeah.
You know?
Very actionable advice.
Yeah, like here's what you do
Right.
when you're feeling this way.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
So it's all about helping you tap into your own inner strength, your own inner positive voice.
Okay.
And to encourage self-care.
Yeah. So it's about empowering yourself
Yeah,
to
exactly.
deal with those difficult emotions.
Exactly.
I like that.
And the format is really interesting because it has all these different sections that are clearly labeled, like open when you're feeling anxious or open when you need some encouragement.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
So you can just go right to...
Yeah. You just pick a topic that relates to your day or your mood.
Yeah.
And you'll find advice specifically for that situation.
Very cool. Very user-friendly.
Yeah, it's designed to feel like
what?
like a friend giving you guidance.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and people who have read it, they
Yeah.
often say that it's very easy to understand.
Yeah.
And it really does feel like you're getting helpful advice from a friend.
Look at somebody's just talking to you.
Yeah.
In a very caring way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one reviewer did say that they found the advice a little bit generic
Okay.
and maybe not deep enough.
So maybe not for really complex
Yeah. For more complex issues, it might not be.
mental health issues.
Yeah, it might not be enough.
Yeah. I think that's a common that's a common issue with a lot of self-help books.
Right.
They try to appeal to a wide audience. And so sometimes the advice is a little bit
It could be a little bit surface level.
surface level.
Yeah.
But for those everyday challenges,
Right.
if you just need a little boost,
A little pick me up,
a little pick me up.
a different perspective.
Yeah.
This could be a really useful book.
It sounds like it.
All right, so moving on to something completely different.
I agree on.
This is Outlive, The Science and Art of Longevity
Okay.
by Peter Attia and Bill Gifford.
Living longer, who doesn't want that?
I know, right?
Sign me up.
And this book really challenges how we think about aging
Okay.
and how the medical system deals with aging.
Interesting.
So instead of waiting until you get sick,
Right.
it's about being proactive
Right.
and taking steps to prevent,
Preventative medicine?
preventative medicine
Okay.
to prevent those chronic diseases that really shorten our lifespan.
So things like heart disease, cancer, Alzheimer's,
Yeah, all the big ones.
diabetes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's waiting until those diseases show up.
Right.
Might be too late.
Okay, so you got to get ahead of it.
Yeah, get ahead of it. So how do you do that?
Yeah, so they have this whole concept of health span,
Okay.
which is
So not just lifespan.
it's not just how long you live.
Right, yeah.
It's how many years you live in good health.
Oh, I like that distinction.
Yeah.
So it's about quality of life.
Exactly. So it's not just about adding years to your life.
Right.
It's about adding life to your years.
Yeah, make those years count.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're big on exercise.
Okay.
They call it the most potent pro-longevity drug.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exercise is medicine?
Yeah, and they talk about training for the centenarian decathlon.
Okay, so you're training for the Olympics,
Yeah.
but the Olympics of old age?
Of old age, right?
So you're going to be super fit,
You're going to be a ripped 100-year-old.
ripped 100-year-old.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, and they're also big on looking beyond those standard tests.
Like cholesterol.
Yeah, like
For
cholesterol.
blood pressure. Yeah, they say you need to look at other things too.
Okay. Yeah.
Things that might indicate problems with your liver,
Okay.
things like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's a really deep dive into the science
Yeah, it sounds like it.
of longevity.
Okay.
And people who've read it,
Yeah.
they often say that it's packed with information,
Okay.
really good information.
Yeah.
And they like that it's based on science.
Evidence base.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
And it gives them actionable things they can do.
To improve their health.
Yeah.
I like that.
But some people did find it a little bit technical.
Oh, so maybe a little bit dense for
Yeah.
the average reader.
Yeah, a lot of medical jargon and stuff.
Yeah.
And some people felt the exercise recommendations were really intense.
Oh, a little unrealistic.
Yeah, who has time for that?
Yeah. Most people have jobs and families and,
But even if you can't do everything they recommend,
Right.
the takeaway is still
Be proactive
yeah, you need to be proactive.
about your health.
Yeah, and think about
Don't wait till you're sick.
think about preventing those chronic diseases.
Yeah. And focus on that health span.
Yeah,
Exactly, not just quantity.
Exactly. Okay.
All right. What else we got?
Shifting gears again completely.
Okay.
This is why Men Love Bitches by Sherry Argov.
I'm intrigued by the title alone.
I know, right?
Yeah, what's that all about?
So this one's all about relationships.
Okay.
But it takes a pretty unconventional approach.
All right, I'm listening.
Yeah, so basically it's saying that men are more attracted to women.
Yeah.
Who are strong and independent.
Okay.
And who have a strong sense of self-respect.
So not like a pushover.
Yeah, not a pushover, not like a doormat.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, and she calls it being sap-free.
Sap-free.
Yeah, like you're not like overly eager to please.
Oh, okay.
And you're not sacrificing your own needs and boundaries.
You're not bending over backwards.
Yeah, exactly. Make them happy.
Yeah.
So it's like challenging this whole idea.
Okay.
You have to be like super nice all the time.
Right. Like the stereotypical nice girl.
Yeah.
Who never says no.
Exactly. And she says like, you know, actually having your own life, having your own interests.
Being your own person.
Being your own person. Yeah.
Okay.
Is what makes you attractive.
Interesting. So it's like a little bit counterintuitive.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes sense.
It does kind of make sense.
You know, if you think about it, like nobody wants to be with somebody who's just...
So it's just like an extension of them?
Yeah, who has no personality of their own.
Right. So it's about like not losing yourself in the relationship.
Keeping your own identity.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And people who've read it, they often talk about how it gave them like more clarity and confidence.
In their relationships.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it helps them take their power back.
I like that.
But of course the title.
Yeah, that title is definitely...
Just a little much.
It's a little provocative, you know.
And some people are put off by it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it definitely gets your attention.
It does get your attention.
It makes you want to know more.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the point.
Maybe that's the point.
Yeah.
And some people are put off by some of the language in the book.
Okay.
Like it's pretty direct.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know...
She doesn't beat around the bush?
No, she doesn't beat around the bush at all.
Okay.
But I think the main message is really empowering.
It sounds like it.
Like it's about self-respect and independence.
Yeah.
And how that can actually lead to healthier relationships.
Yeah, I think that's a really important message.
Yeah.
For women especially.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay, so last but not least.
Okay, hit me.
We've got You Deserve to Be Rich.
I like that title.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, very positive.
Yeah, by Rashad Bilal and Troy Millings.
Okay.
And this one is all about like the psychology of money.
Okay.
Like our beliefs about money.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the barriers that we might have.
To building wealth.
Yeah, to building wealth. And a lot of that comes from like, you know, generational stuff.
Like what your parents taught you.
Yeah, or like systemic issues.
Okay.
Like, you know, racism and things like that.
Yeah, so it's not just about the money itself.
Right.
It's about all the baggage that comes with it.
Yeah, and they really emphasize the importance of like changing your mindset.
Okay.
As the first step.
So you got to believe it.
Yeah, you got to believe that you deserve to be rich.
You deserve to be rich, yeah.
And that you're capable of building wealth.
And that you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not just about like, you know, the mechanics of saving and investing.
Right.
It's about like really addressing those deep-seated beliefs.
Yeah, those limiting beliefs.
Yeah, that might be holding you back.
Yeah.
And people who've read it,
they
often say that it's incredibly empowering and relatable, especially for people who identify with the author's background.
Okay.
And it gives them like the clarity and the confidence
to pursue their financial goals.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's not just about the money.
Right.
It's about like believing in yourself.
It's about self-worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's really important.
It is really important.
You know, because a lot of times the biggest obstacles to success are not external. They're internal.
They're in our heads.
They're in our heads, yeah. And so if you can change your mindset, that's like half the battle.
That's half the battle right there.
Yeah.
So it's been really interesting, like looking at all these books together.
It has been a really interesting mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they all like touch on different aspects of life.
Yeah, different facets of well-being.
Yeah.
We've got, you know, our emotional health. We've got our physical health. We've got relationships.
Right.
We've got money.
We've got it all.
We got it all. Yeah.
But they all kind of like point to the same thing.
Yeah, and what is that?
Like the importance of self-awareness.
Okay.
Of setting priorities.
Yeah.
And taking action.
Taking action.
Like being intentional.
Intentional.
About how you live your life.
Yes, I love that word, intentional.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're not just drifting.
Right.
You're not just letting life happen to you.
You're at the wheel.
You're at the wheel, yeah.
Yeah.
You're making conscious choices.
Exactly.
Of how you want to live.
And I think that's what all these books are really about.
Yeah.
In their own way.
So, like, if you think about it,
Yeah.
Manson's book is about being intentional about what you care about.
Right.
Like, what are you going to give a fuck about?
What are your values?
What are your values? Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Julie Smith is about being intentional about your emotional regulation.
Right, like having tools.
Yeah, having tools to manage your emotions.
Exactly.
Peter Attia.
Yeah.
He's all about being intentional about your health.
Your preventative health care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sherry Argov is about being intentional about your self-respect.
Yeah, in relationships.
Relationships, yeah. Yeah.
And then Bilal and Millings are about being intentional. About
Your mindset.
Your mindset around wealth.
Your wealth-building mindset.
Exactly.
So it's all about intentionality.
It is.
Yeah, so here's a thought for you to chew on.
Okay, it's ready.
As you're listening to this, like, what is one fuck,
Okay.
to use Manson's term,
I like it.
that you might need to stop giving?
Stop giving a feck about.
Yeah, like, what is something that is draining your energy?
Yeah.
That isn't actually serving you?
That's not important.
That's not important, yeah.
Okay.
And then thinking about outlive.
Yeah.
What is one small step?
Just one small step.
Yeah, that you can take this week
To
move towards living a longer and healthier life.
So something actionable.
Something actionable, yes.
Second.
And maybe it's about setting a clearer boundary in a relationship
Okay.
or challenging a limiting belief
I like that.
that you have about your finances.
Yeah, about your ability to build wealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So really it all boils down to this. What's the question?
What does living well
Living well?
truly mean to you?
That's a great question to ponder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So think about that.
I will. All right. Thanks for the deep dive.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.
That was fun.
Yeah, this was a good one.
Yeah, I like this mix of books.
Yeah, me too.
It's very thought-provoking.
Yeah.
All right.
See you next time.